The junior Damso was looking comfortable in third place and leading Class A6 overall, but the big charge up the leaderboard had come from Habig and Judd, who are now lying in 6th place. Leading Class M2 and 7th overall were Sanders and Gericke in their Team Total Toyota.
Stage 8 of 18, and although they had a fairly handy lead, Damso and Hodgson knew they couldn't slack off in any way. There was lots more to come behind them, including the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo of Reda and Haddon. Here we are inboard with them. You can see how busy it is keeping that four-wheel drive on the road. JP Damso and Graham Hooper in their Team Total Toyota were making up a lot of ground too, and JP ideally wanting to finish on the podium with his father as he did in Cape Town last year. Back on board with Reda, who's been getting some driving lessons from Serge Damso in the Cape and knows how busy it is inside the car, holding on to 2nd spot. On the long stages, the 1600cc powered car of JP Damso was struggling just a little bit in comparison. Not struggling at all, but really putting the foot down as hard as he could in true Habig style was Jan Habig. Being a fine and fair day, a number of folk came down to the Umzinto area to see their favorite rally cars and rally stars in action. For the first time in South Africa, Subaru. Damso was still driving hard, but maybe not as hard as he could have been, albeit the gap having come down from the 2.5 minutes the night before to now, with a few stages to go, to 2 minutes. Still lying in 2nd position and way out in front in the M4 class, Reda and Haddon were trying to win one stage, something which would be history in South Africa. Leading Class A7 in their Sasol dual-fuel Volkswagen, Chart van der Walt and Cindy Harding were lying comfortably inside the top 6. Further ahead on the road, the worst nightmare was about to befall Fernando Reda. His brand new 75,000-pound motor car was on its head. 600 meters from the end of the stage, he got it a little bit wrong, and that was that. Stage honours here going to Habig and Judd, who are keeping up the pressure in a big way.
Habig and Judd's charge had moved them up into 2nd place behind Damso and Hodgson. Kemmel and Trollope in their N4 Subaru filled the 3rd spot, while Boshoff and Van Beek were lying 8th overall. In the service area after stage 8, we caught up with the 2 leading navigators to see how they felt about the event so far.
We're going at a comfortable, quick pace, no risks. We've got a 2-minute lead, so we're quite comfortable. We were 1 second slower than Habig on the last stage, which is absolutely fine because he's 2 minutes 20 behind us. So over a 25k stage, that's fine.
We had a good stage 7 where we won the stage by about 4 or 5 seconds, and we've just taken a second of surge again. Unfortunately, during the last stage, our intercom packed up about 10 k's from the end. Communication becomes a bit of a problem, but with a bit of sign language and finger pointing, we managed to get through, and we're happy with ourselves this morning.
The start of stage 11 for Damso Senior, whose younger one, JP, was still very much in the hunt in 4th position. A podium position for Damso Jr. was not completely out of the question at this particular stage, but the likely battle for the overall honours belonged to this man, Damso, the reigning champion, but Habig was pushing hard to keep him very honest. Back in the service park, the Volkswagen crew were preparing a rear sub-assembly to change from Enzo Kuhn's car onto Habig when he came in for the change. Peter Altersky from KwaZulu-Natal in the Mr. Toyota, also in Class 8, lying inside the top 6. Ahead of them, inter-team competition. The two Sassel Volkswagen Golfs of Chart van der Walt and Tony Ball were having a ding-dong affair. But it was all hard work in the service park, with the Volkswagen crew changing the rear sub-assembly in record time to get their Charger back out on the road. And who knows, maybe even steal it away from Damso and Hodgson.
With the fastest stage 11 time, Damso and Hodgson had increased their lead to over 2.5 minutes ahead of Habig and Judd. Trotten Besaidnert in the team Total Toyota had moved up to 8th place, but was still lying second in their class behind JP Damso and Hooper.
And so on to the final stage of the Volkswagen Shore Tour Natal, and just when you thought it was all over and done, 40 kilometers of stage to go. And this was going to be the true tester. Habig and Judd, for them, this the very final opportunity to make up time, but only if Damso and Hodgson made some kind of mistake. JP Damso in 4th position was going to keep it clean and keep it cool. Valuable points would go his way, including the Class A6 win on the events. Johnny Gemmell was heading for 3rd place, the podium and the N4 class win. Damso was as smooth as ever at this point of the 40-kilometer stage. Habig was trying all that he knew. Less power, but as smooth as the top men. JP Damso with new navigator Graham Hooper. A fine effort on the first event of the new year. Beating them all, just about hands down in A7 with Chart van der Walt and Cindy Harding. With the locals enjoying every moment, maybe even the dust, as Gemmell and Trollope made their way through. A final last dash effort from Habig and Judd. Could they wrest something away? Could they possibly see a broken Toyota on the side of the road? But that was not to be. Through the final splash came Damso and Hodgson, with JP Damso providing as big a thrill to the big crowd who came to the final stage. Van der Walt and Harding made dust. They were sure winners in A7, but the A8 and overall winning laurel belonged to Serge Damso and Guy Hodgson.
Confirmation then, Damso and Hodgson victors by 1 minute and 8 seconds over Habig and Judd. 3rd overall and 1st in Class N4, Gemmell and Trollope in the Subaru, with Junior Damso taking Class A6 honours and 4th overall. Here's a look now at the results of Class A. Van der Walt and Harding doing well in their new A7 Sassel Polar Player, finishing 5th overall and 1st in their class. Visagie and Swan taking their Team Total Toyota Taz to victory in Class A5. 1st in Class N4, Gemmell and Trollope in the Subaru. Class N3 won by rally veterans Spotty Woodhead and navigator John Ogden. N2 honours going to Duplessis and Westenhagen, and running out winners in Class N1, Michael Houghton and Bryn Doherty. A quick look at the 2001 Rally Championship after the first event of the season sees Damso 6 points ahead of Gemmell and a further point ahead of hard-charging Jan Habig.
We had to try and keep the lead this morning, and as long as we didn't lose time, that was our idea. And then towards the afternoon, we just basically made sure we got to the end.
Join us next time for all